أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت الحليم الحكيم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My name is Amruddin Abilin and my topic is about Umar bin Khattab during his caliphate. Umar bin Khattab role in the establishment of the Islamic State during his caliphate. Umar bin Khattab played a significant role in the early Islamic community. He was one of the earliest converts to Islam and was known for his strong personality and leadership skills. Umar was an influential figure who helped to establish the early Islamic community and played a pivotal role in the political and administrative affairs of the community. During the life of the Prophet Muhammad, Umar bin Khattab played an important role in the spreading the message of Islam. He was a close companion of the Prophet and was known for his unwavering commitment to the faith. Umar was present at many of the major events in early Islamic history, including the Hijrah, the Battle of Badr, and the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Umar bin Khattab appointment as the second caliph after the death of Prophet Muhammad. Maintaining unity. Following the death of Prophet Muhammad, there was a fear that the Muslim community might fall apart without his leadership. Umar bin Khattab's appointment helped to maintain the unity of the Muslim community by providing a clear leader to guide them. Political stability. Umar bin Khattab's appointment provide political stability to the Muslim community by establishing a clear line of succession for the leadership of the community. Continued growth. Under Umar bin Khattab's leadership, the Islamic State continued to expand and grow, conquering new territories and spreading the message of Islam throughout the Arabian Peninsula and beyond. Political and administrative reforms during his caliphate. Umar bin Khattab was known for his political and administrative reforms, which helped to establish a strong foundation for the Islamic State. Some of the key reforms introduced by Umar bin Khattab include establishment of centralized government. Umar bin Khattab established a centralized government with governors appointed to oversee different regions of the Islamic State. This helped to establish law and order across the state and ensure that the needs of the people were met. Introduction of a public treasury. Umar bin Khattab introduced a public treasury known as the Bait al-Mal, which was used to collect taxes and distribute funds to the people. This helped to promote economic development and ensure that everyone in the Islamic State was cared for. System of taxation. Umar bin Khattab established a system of taxation with each individual required to pay a certain amount based on their income. This helped to finance the Islamic State and ensure that it had the resources it needed to function effectively. Establishment of a judicial system. Umar bin Khattab established a judicial system with judges appointed to hear cases and resolve disputes. This helped to promote justice and ensure that everyone in the Islamic State was treated fairly. Promotion of education. Umar bin Khattab promoted education and established schools throughout the Islamic State. This helped to ensure that everyone had access to knowledge and that the Islamic community continued to grow and develop. Regulation of public services. Umar bin Khattab regulated public services such as the construction of roads, bridges, and other infrastructure. This helped to promote safety and facilitate travel and trade within the Islamic State. Military campaigns and conquest during his rule. Umar bin Khattab military campaigns and conquest. The conquest of Iraq, Umar bin Khattab sent an army led by Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqqas to conquer the Iraq in 633 CE. The Muslim army was able to defeat the Sassanid Empire and establish the control over the region, paving the way for the spread of Islam in Iraq and the surrounding areas. The conquest of Egypt. In 639 CE, Umar bin Khattab sent an army led by Amr ibn al-As to conquer Egypt. The Muslim army was able to defeat the Byzantine Empire and establish control over the region, paving the way for the spread of Islam in Egypt and surrounding areas. The conquest of Persia. Umar bin Khattab sent an army led by Utbah ibn Ghazwan to conquer Persia in 643 CE. The Muslim army was able to defeat the Sassanid Empire and establish control over the region, paving the way for the spread of Islam in Persia and the surrounding areas. The conquest of Jerusalem in 638 CE, Umar bin Khattab negotiated the peaceful surrender of Jerusalem with the Christian Patriarchs of Pornius. This allowed the Muslims to establish control over the city and establish Islam as a major religion in the region. Umar bin Khattab's military campaigns and conquests were instrumental in the expansion of the Islamic State and the spread of Islam throughout the Arabian Peninsula and beyond. His military campaigns were marked by strategic planning, strong leadership, and commitment to the spreading the message of Islam. Social and economic policies during his reign. The social and economic policies introduced by Umar bin Khattab. Zakat. Umar bin Khattab implemented a compulsory tax called Zakat, which was based on Islamic principles and aimed to helping the poor and needy. This tax was used to fund social welfare programs and other initiatives that supported those who were most in need. Bait al-Mal. Umar bin Khattab established a public treasury called Bait al-Mal, which was used to support the poor and vulnerable as well as fund public works, projects, and other initiatives that were deemed to be in the public interest. Land distribution. Umar bin Khattab implemented a land distribution policy that aimed to ensure that everyone had access to land. This helped to create a more equitable society and ensured that people were able to support themselves and their families. Public works. Umar bin Khattab invested heavily in public works projects, such as the construction of roads, bridges, and water systems. This helped to improve the quality of life for people in the Islamic State and fostered economic growth and development. Military pay. Umar bin Khattab introduced a policy of paying soldiers for their services, which helped to ensure that they were adequately compensated for their efforts and incentivized them to continue serving in the military. Umar bin Khattab's personal life and leadership style. Umar bin Khattab was known for his strong leadership style and his personal commitment to the Islamic faith. He was born in Mecca in 584 CE and was one of the early converts to Islam. He was a close companion of the Prophet Muhammad and played a key role in the early Islamic community. As a leader, Umar bin Khattab was known for his strict adherence to Islamic principles and his commitment to justice and fairness. He was a strong and decisive leader who was respected by his followers for his wisdom and courage. Umar bin Khattab's legacy and impact on Islamic history. Umar bin Khattab's legacy is one of the most important in Islamic history. As the second caliph after the Prophet Muhammad's death, he played a crucial role in the early development of the Islamic State and in spreading the message of Islam throughout Arabia and beyond. Umar bin Khattab political and administrative reforms helped to establish the foundation of Islamic governance and helped to create a more just and equitable society. His policies helped to promote social justice, economic growth, and stability, and they helped to create a more cohesive and unified Muslim community. And that's all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu.